Hello, I am back for a June and July TMTs video. I'm kind of been putting them together just because I feel like 2 months I have more empties than just 1 month. So especially for June, I haven't had much tea empties, but so I've been trying to do 2 months together, and I think I'll do that well until maybe I actually get some more tea empties in the fall time. Maybe I'll be drinking more tea, which I feel like that's pretty standard for a lot of people. The colder months, they drink a lot more tea than they do in the warmer months. But then I guess in the warmer months, you usually have a lot more iced tea, and for iced tea, you have a lot more tea leaves. But for me, I'd just do the hot tea. So, but yeah, so for June, I had 34 cups of tea, which isn't that much. I do feel like I'm slowly getting more and more, especially when I have more time to have more tea. Probably have a tea after this video because I feel like I need one. I want one. So the teas, they've just been tea bags. I would have drank other teas, obviously, because this wouldn't be 34 cups of tea. But yeah, so I had this herbal cup, elderberries, echinacea. It has elderberry fruit, echinacea whole plant parts, ginger root, tulsi leaves, and stevia leaves. I drank this when I was sick. I wasn't a total big fan of it. I feel like certain teas, like, they're fruity, but like they just don't taste as fruity as they actually are. But also I was sick, so maybe, I don't know. I only had this one cup of tea, so I need to try it more. But I think I got it at like Winners or Marshalls. So definitely a tea you probably want when you're sick, but I'll have to do some more trying out, seeing how I like it. I have a cup of peppermint from Harney and Sons, which is always, peppermint, you can't go wrong. I really like this, and I feel like with certain plain teas like chamomile, peppermint, you don't really want to deal with the loose leaf, you just want to put it in a tea bag. So I do like having tea bag form for peppermint and chamomile and such. But yeah, good peppermint tea. I have a Harmony organic tea in oolong. Again, another tea bag, but I believe it's from like Winners or Marshalls, Home Sense. My sister gave me a couple tea bags for my birthday a while ago. Well, like a year ago, 2 years ago. So yeah, nice oolong tea. Just like plain oolong, so very good. But it's more of a darker oolong, so it does kind of taste more of like a black tea. I have a chamomile from Twinings. Again, another good, can't go wrong with chamomile and peppermint. And then I really like this. I actually had it last night, so I'm gonna drink a little bit more of this. But I have one of these, and it's the ginger refined instant tea, ginger and sugar free. This is very good. It's like a punch of ginger, but also, this is gonna sound very weird, but it does kind of have a soapy taste to it. Like, kind of a little bit tastes like ginger soap. Maybe because the ginger is so strong, and it is sugar free. It's good. Like, I like it, but it does kind of remind me a little bit of soap. Like, it's just very kind of soapy. So I don't know if that would deter you from drinking it. I got it at like a local Asian market, but that Asian market that I went to, it's no longer there. So, and I really like that it's sugar free, because I feel like a lot of the instant ginger lemon mixes do have sugar in them, and this is ginger free, and it just has ginger, well, it has ginger extract and maltodextrin. But yeah, it came in like a pack of 25, and I have 16 left. So I do like this tea. I think I may take a little while for me to actually finish it, because I don't know if I'll be able to get this again. But if I do find a instant ginger without any sugar, or where it's just ginger, maybe ginger and lemon. But those mixes usually have sugar, so if I can find a ginger free or just ginger, I will definitely get that. I think I said ginger free. A sugar free ginger instant. Because I do sometimes like doing the instant ones, which are cool. I know there's some brands that do instant tea. But yeah, very good. But it does have a little bit of soapy taste. But it's like a punch of ginger. So if you're sick or you just really like ginger, I'd say you should try this. And maybe you won't mind the possible soapy taste to it. Yeah, so those were my teas for June. I must have had a lot more loose leaf. I feel I've said this in past videos. There are phases where all I want are to drink tea bags, and then other times I just want to drink loose leaf. Sometimes it's a mix. I feel like right now I've really been trying to finish up like tea bags. So for July I had 42 cups of tea, which better, but not as much. So again, I was still, at the start of July, I was a little bit sick, so I was finishing up this tea, which is no longer available. But again, there are certain teas where you may not really like it at the start. You're like, yeah, it's fun, but then you grow to really like it. This is very good tea. It's Honey Drop from David's Tea. I just had 20 grams, but it was a fluffy with like the peppermint in it, so it was really, may have been only 20 grams, but it was fluffier, so it did have more volume to it, so it did take me a little bit longer to drink. I was mostly drinking this while I was sick, just a little sick with COVID, but that was a while. I mean, that was like start of July. But yeah, it's a very healthy tea. It has apple, honeybush, orange peel, peppermint, ginger, moringa leaves, rooibos, vervain leaves, which is really funny because if you watch, like, you know, vampire shows, vervain, although I always heard ravane, but it's vervain, was like toxic to vampires. So whenever I see tea with vervain, I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta drink this. Mallow leaves and petals, elderberry petals, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, stevia extract, natural flavoring. I could taste the stevia extract, but it was really nice, kind of like sweet, but medicinal tea, like a good tea when you're sick. And you could taste the ginger, which was nice, and the peppermint. Yeah, so it was like a sweet peppermint ginger tea. Very good. Yeah, Honey Drop. I don't think you could get this anywhere else. Sometimes I try to see if I can find like something similar to a different brand. I feel like there might have been something similar, but I forget which brand it was. So I guess if you're trying to find Honey Drop, you can try to get the ingredients and maybe find something similar. I don't know. Yeah, and then I have most tea bags. I was given some tea bags of this Arbonne Clean Tox Elderflower Mint. Now, you know how I don't really like the term detox, but this is a nice medicinal tea. You mostly just taste the peppermint. I think there is maybe some, there's licorice true in it, but it is very nice. Elderflower mint. I mean, there's nothing bad in it. It is a good tea, and it does taste good, but I don't like how it says clean tox. But yeah, I'm trying to finish up this tea. It's the pomegranate and raspberry from Twinings. This is a tea that, you know, obviously it sounds like it should be very fruity tea, but it does kind of taste a little bit more herbal with the licorice root and the chicory. Yeah, and just even the apple pieces. Like, I found when apple is in a tea, it's supposed to make the tea sweeter, but also it's, you know, not as much flavor. But yeah, so 2 of the pomegranate and raspberry tea from Twinings. I'm like halfway done, so hopefully I'll be done for September. But yeah, which is, I mean, it's not bad. It's one of those teas I drink at nighttime, but it is a tea that I do want to finish up. Then I have a rooibos from English Tea Shop, a nice rooibos tea. I do like rooibos loose leaf, but also when I have tea bags in it, it's just, you know, it's a tea that I usually have nighttime. So when I have a tea at nighttime, I do loose leaf, but usually I do want like a tea bag just to be more simple and easier for cleanup. But yeah, so rooibos from English Tea Shop, again from like Winners, Home Sense, and the Twinings would be like the Walmart or the grocery stores. And then I also I was just wondering, no, this couldn't be, I accidentally was cleaning my kettle with vinegar and water, and I forgot about it, and I brewed up not 1 but 2 cups of tea and thought, wow, that's very bad. And I thought it was the tea, but then I realized, no, it wasn't the tea, it was the kettle with the vinegar in it. So I learned my lesson. I always make sure I have my sticky note that says it is cleaning. But this is the tea that happened, but it was a different tea bag. The Haileys Japanese matcha with lemongrass, Ceylon sencha. So a green tea with matcha and lemongrass. It's a nice green tea. And then 2 teas I did finish up, which is awesome. I finished up the pure chamomile from Twinings. So I have the box, but obviously I've been showing you the tea bag, so I don't feel like I need to show you the box, but I did finish the box. So I had 2 cups of the Twinings pure chamomile, and now that is finished, which I'm really happy. I love finishing tea bags. And I do have a chamomile in replace of that, but then I have teas, like bedtime teas that have chamomile that I want to drink up before I just finish up that, or before I start drinking up that plain chamomile, because I do have a lot of bedtime teas that I should drink, like Mother's Little Helper. I've had that tea for a while, and I have so much of those little samples, but I do need to drink up Mother's Little Helper. And I finished up the Tazo Zen tea, so I have 6 tea bags, which is a great tea, like one of those, like if you like green teas, it's just nice with the spearmint and lemongrass. Great, you know, perfect in the morning, even in the afternoon. Me also with caffeine not truly affecting me, I don't think. I would also have this in the nighttime. Well, at nighttime I say maybe like 8 o'clock. But sometimes like 9 o'clock. But yes, very good tea. Will I purchase it? Probably not in the near time future, because I do have a tea. I mean, it's the ginger green from Tazo, which is kind of similar. It's still got that lemongrass. It's green tea, but instead of the spearmint, it has ginger. So I would definitely get this tea, and I love the name Zen. Perfect. I kind of miss or no, they still have this is like the new packaging, but also this is old. This is like a couple years old, more than a couple years old, but I finally drank up the Tazo Zen. So with August, I'm still trying to finish up a lot of boxes, like tea bags, which is my main focus, but I'm also trying to finish up some loose leaf, but most of the teas I'm trying to finish up are bag tea. Again, my main focus is just trying to finish up teas that I've had for a while, or that, you know, it's just like I don't really want this anymore. I've been watching Sarah Drain. She used to go by the Cozy Homebody, and before that she was Gypsy Sarah the Gypsy, but she's somewhere in Ohio. Cleveland maybe, but I've been watching her videos, and she has like this big collection where she's really trying to find the teas that she wants to keep, and then the teas that she has that she doesn't want to have in her collection forever. Like she wants to have her staples, and she's still gonna have a big tea collection, but she's trying to finish up those teas that she doesn't really want again, or are discontinued. So a lot of my teas I do have a fair amount of discontinued teas, and I do slowly but surely want to finish up those teas that I've had for a while. That I've only had a couple, but I only have a little bit left. So right now I'm just trying to keep on finishing up those tea bags, because they're, you know, I do go in those zones where I just want to do loose leaf, but I'm hoping to have some good empties for August, and then continuing on with September, October, November, December. So yes, I want to finish up the teas, and at some point I want to have a more manageable collection, but obviously it's going to take me a while, because there's always going to be those brands that are releasing new teas, and David's Tea is doing a trending, which is trying to bring back older teas, which I think is awesome, because there are some teas that when I first started my tea journey with David's Tea, they were discontinued, and then, you know, they come back now. It's like, oh my gosh, like chocolate covered almond is back, and that hasn't been since 2016, 2017, which I had a tin of it, but I finished it like last year or 2 years ago. So it's definitely, when you see a tea that's come back from the dead, pretty awesome. Yeah, so I'll leave you with that. I'm gonna do one more video But then after, I'm gonna have a cup of tea because I need a cup of tea with some caffeine. And also it's a tea that I'm hoping to finish for August, which will be awesome. But yeah, those are my tea empties. Small but mighty. Certain teas I've just had for a while. Like that chamomile I've had for a couple years. That Zen had for a couple years. Honey drop. So, you know, if you see a tea that you haven't had in a while, or you know that you've had a long while, drink it before, you know, it loses its flavor, because certain teas, if you've had them for over time, they're gonna lose flavor. They may not necessarily go bad, but drink them before you miss them. Yeah, so have a good day, and I hope your tea sipping is going awesome. Bye.